Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Chelsea and I do videos on travelling and midwifery, random bits and bobs and videos with my boyfriend. So I'm doing a new series starting today, which is going to be called Travellers Tales series, which is basically I tell you story times of what has happened to me in said countries. I see a few people do these things and I thought they were quite interesting, and I've been to a few places which I have some stories to tell. So I'm going to have 3 separate videos for this series. So I'm going to have a Greece story time, a Ghana story time, and a Tanzania story time. Yeah, so you might not find them interesting, but they're what happened to me, so I'm just going to kind of tell you guys. So obviously today I'm going to do Greece, because Greece was the first place where I started travelling. We went there 3 times altogether. We went in 2006, 2007 and 2010, all for 2 weeks each. We went to Argasi in Zakynthos. Very lovely place. I'd definitely go back. I want to take down to Greece one day, which would be nice. But yeah, so I'm just going to tell you guys the stories. I have 3 separate encounters of what had happened in Greece. So yeah, let's kind of just get started. So in 2006, I went away with me, my mum, my dad, and my 2 sisters, Tasha and Sam. No, not Tasha, Stacey and Sam. It was the first holiday abroad. We'd never been abroad before, so we were all kind of nervous. Well, Mum and Stacey wasn't, because they'd been on aeroplanes before, but I was more excited than anything because I was going on the aeroplane and getting to go to a different country. It's interesting when you're a little kid, isn't it? But yeah, so my dad was constantly going in and out of the toilet, wanting to go for cigarette breaks, because he was a nervous wreck. But we went on the plane, and like when we were going off, like jetting out into the air, my ears like popped, and I thought it was like a normal thing, like, and it seemed fine. And then we obviously arrived into Greece. We went to the hotel. We was like showing around, gone to our hotel room, kind of unpacked and stuff. And we were going to go out for I think we was going to go around the pool. Yeah, I think it was a pool day, because obviously the first day is kind of like a pool day, isn't it? And I started throwing up, constantly throwing up, like we didn't know what was wrong, and my ears were in so much pain. So we realised it was because when my ears popped on the plane, so it had caused a reaction. Like my ears were really bad, I was hot, feverish, constantly just throwing up, could not stop throwing up. I couldn't keep water down, I couldn't keep food down. My mum was really worried, so obviously we pretty much stayed in the hotel all day long. Bless her, I felt so bad because it was like her first proper holiday as well, apart from obviously going to Morocco for my uncle's wedding. So we stayed in the hotel all day. I was on the toilet all the time. It was just horrid. And I was hoping I would be okay for dinner, but unfortunately I was not okay. So my dad and my 2 sisters went out to get food, and then they brought pizza back for me and Mum to obviously eat, because we hadn't eaten anything that day. But I don't think I was able to eat anything because I was just so ill. But thankfully it only lasted for the day, and then I was back to like being my happy child self. I was running in and out of the pool, making friends from the 2nd day onwards, so I was alright. But it wasn't a great experience. So like now when I go on planes, I have to wear earbuds to make sure my ears don't pop, because if they do, I get severely ill, which we don't want when we're on holiday. So at least we kind of discovered that straight away, but we couldn't get earbuds when we were over in Greece. So I think we tried like sweets, because apparently when you chew sweets or like gum, it's meant to help your ears from popping. But yeah, so if you haven't been on holiday before, maybe just use earbuds, because it is not a nice feeling. But yeah, that's story 1. Story 2 from Greece was in 2010. So in 2010, me, my mum, my dad and my niece Amy went away to Greece. And to be fair, we got on pretty well. Like we pretty much got brought up as sisters, more like, because she's only a year younger than me, so I became an auntie at the age of 1, which is a bit mad. But yeah, we pretty much got brought up as sisters. Like we would always spend time together when we were younger. Obviously now it's a bit different because she lives up north. I love her. But we obviously were spending 2 weeks straight together, which we've never done before. And we thought it would be fun. And, you know, we was at the airport, like, dancing and singing together, singing Justin Bieber. I'll see if I can find any snaps, actually, to include at the end of the video. But yeah, so that holiday did not turn out how my mum and dad was expecting it to turn out, because it ended up in just arguments constantly. Like, we arrived in Greece and we got changed, so I got changed into my new clothes that I'd brought for the holiday, and we went to go get food at some restaurant place, and we both had Coke, like a can of Coke, and I don't think it was purposely done, but I took it as she did it purposely, and I was pissed with her because she knocked the can of Coke all over my new t-shirt. And oh my god, we were swearing at each other and everything. I was like, you bloody bitch, look what you fucking done, you've ruined my fucking t-shirt. And from then it was just arguments. Like, we met up with my godparents because they were out there the week, they were there a week before we got there, so we were spending the last week with them, and we were just, you just heard us shouting, and then they was like, oh gosh, this is not going to be great. And we went to this Greece night, like Greek night, so like they had dancing and, you know, traditional Greek food and stuff. And it was at this hotel, and I can't even remember how, but I think we went out just arguing with each other. And she smacked her full camera on my head, and so I chased her around this pool, and my mum could see in my eyes that I was gonna push her in, and she was like, you fucking dare. And I was like, I was chasing her, I was like, I'm gonna rip your fucking nipples off. And all this, like, my godmother does not let me live down the story. She's like, I'm gonna rip your nipples off every time she sees me. But yeah, that wasn't a great night. My mum didn't speak to me that night. So I literally ripped her hair. She ripped mine. I grabbed her boob. She was punching me. I was punching her. So there was a few moments we were fun and jolly together, but most of the time we were arguing. But we laugh about it now, because, you know, we're adults now, so it's different. But teenagers, do not mix teenage girls together, because it's not going to end up well. And the last story is actually the same holiday. It was in 2010 as well. And so when I go away, I get severe ear infections. Like, they're literally the worst. I don't know, I think my ears are just sensitive. I don't actually know the whole cause of it. But every time I go away to like a kind of holiday resort where there's a swimming pool, no doubt my ears will get infected. So thankfully when I've been to Africa, they haven't been infected because I haven't been in the swimming pool. But yeah, so I had this really bad ear infection. I was like, stuff leaking out my ear. I was in so much pain, like I physically could not like lay on this side of the ear. And it's just like, it got to the stage where we had to go to the doctors, because it was that bad. I couldn't go in the water because I couldn't get any kind of water in the ear because it was so much pain. And they said that obviously I had to stay out of the water, so we had to cancel the boat trip we booked, which is unfortunate. and they had to send us to hospital. And we obviously went to the hospital and stuff, and they gave us like a bunch of medication. I had to take ear drops, antibiotics. They had to give me a letter to say it was okay to fly, because it was like a few days before we was meant to fly home. And it cost my dad €120 on just medication. It was actually a joke. But so now I try and buy these I think they're silicone kind of molded ear things that you put when you go in the water, so like it covers like the whole ear, so like no water can get in. Otherwise I can't. Like, when was it? We went to, I think it was last time, Cyprus in 2017. My ear got really bad because I kept forgetting to put them in, but now if I do go on holiday I'm going to have to make sure I keep them in, because the ear infections are just, they're so bad. But the last time we went to Cyprus, they said that a lot of people who were staying in our hotel was getting ear infections and coming in. So it just shows that their pool was pretty much just dirty, and it wasn't, well, obviously it was my sensitive ears, but it wasn't just me, because everyone was getting it. But yeah, so that was my stories from Greece. I hope you enjoyed it. Not the most crazy stories, but I wanted to share them because I know these videos, like, people enjoy story times of holidays and stuff, so I thought it was interesting to do. But I'm doing, my next one's gonna be on Tanzania. Some crazy shit happened in Tanzania, I'm not gonna lie. Was scarred for life for sure. But yeah, so check out that video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We love your support. Comment down below if you've had any crazy stories from your holidays, if you suffer from ear infections and stuff. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Bye guys. Yeah, I forgot to add a story to this. I've just looked now at my notes. There was one in 2007, so that was the second time we had gone to Greece. It was me, mum and myself. My sister didn't come that time. But yeah, so I couldn't swim for the life of me. Mum sent me to swimming lessons, everything, but nothing helped. I just physically could not get the gist of swimming. It just didn't work for me. So I always stayed in the shallow end. But there was a time that, you know, the guys you get, the entertainers, when you go on holiday, you get the entertainers. So he was playing bingo. So myself got involved in bingo, but I told him, if you pull out my number, then you need to push me into the shallow end, because if your number gets called, they push you in basically. And he's like, yeah, that's fine, because obviously I said I couldn't swim. So obviously my number gets called, and next thing I know, I'm getting pushed in the pool, and we're like standing where the deep end basically. I'm like, I can't swim. And he's panicking, thinking, oh shit, what have I done? So my dad's filming. Don't know why you're filming, but you're filming. And my mum's like, oh my god, like, she's kind of standing there, but then eventually she comes, and I'm just like trying to keep my head above the water. Trying to swim for dear life and save my life, because I physically cannot swim. And then this guy jumps in and saves me. And then my mum obviously hugs me and stuff. But I literally was panicking, like, oh my god, I can't swim, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna drown. My mum's laughing at me, they're filming, like, it's gonna be my last moments. But I get saved, it's fine. But after that, I was constantly jumping in this, like, the deep end, loving life, loving the water, now I love swimming. Like, I want to go swimming again. Just got to wait till it's COVID safe and it opens, which I think it should be opening soon. But yeah, that's pretty much how I learned how to swim. But yeah, so that was that story.